Hello students, today we will continue with the chapter 11 Food for Plants for class 5 EVS. Yesterday we have discussed about photosynthesis and respiration in plants. Now we are going to discuss about the plants that cannot make their own food. As you know that chlorophyll is responsible for the green color and photosynthesis in plants. Okay, but chlorophyll is absent in some plants, so they cannot carry out the process of photosynthesis, right? So these plants are known as parasites. Parasites are the plants that cannot make their own food and obtain their food from other plants, right? Have you seen trees covered with yellowish green stems that seem to hang in the air? This is the parasitic plant dodder or Akashganga. We call it Amarbel also. It lacks chlorophyll and instead absorbs nutrition from the host plant through root-like structures. You can see this picture and you can know that what Akashganga is. Actually, this plant is very powerful. Sometimes it destroys the host plant. Okay, when it covers the whole plant, it has the capacity to destroy the plants also, right? Now some plants are animal eaters also. Plants that live in poor soil conditions may have difficulty in getting all the minerals they need. Thus, some plants survive by eating insects and even some animals. These plants are known as insectivorous plants. Okay, so you can see some pictures are here. First, you can see the sundew, bladderwort plant, and Venus flytrap. These are the some examples of insectivorous plants. One more plant is there, pitcher plant, that traps the insect inside it. The leaves of the sundew are covered with tiny tentacles, each of which has a drop of sticky fluid at the end. When an insect sits on the leaf, it gets stuck to it and tentacles help trap it quickly. As you can see in this picture, this insect is trapped by the sundew plant. Okay, after the insect is eaten, the tentacles open and the remains are blown away. The pitcher plant has leaves that look like a pitcher. The hollow leaves have nectar, and when an insect sits on the leaf to have nectar, the lid closes and the insect is trapped inside. The Venus flytrap. Here you can see the picture of Venus flytrap. Okay, the Venus flytrap has saw-like traps at the end of its leaves. When an insect lands on the leaf, the jaws close and the insect is trapped. Means, as you have seen, some carnivore animals are there. These plants are also carnivores because they eat various insects that land on them. Okay, bladderwort are the plants that catch animals through underwater bladders. Okay, bladderworts are found near the surface of ponds. Only the bristles present on the door are above the surface. When an animal touches the bristles, the trap flies open and water rushes in, carrying the animal with it. This is a picture of bladderwort plant. Okay, now we are going to discuss about interdependence of plants and animals. It is very well known that animals and plants they interdependent on each other for somewhere somewhat. Okay, and important feature of the food chain is that plants and animals are interdependent, means they depend on each other. Animals depend on plants for their food, as you have learned. Some animals called herbivores only survive on plants. Plants too depend on animals for their growth. How? Because animals carry and disperse seeds from one place to another, and animals give carbon dioxide to the plants. That is very essential part for the process of photosynthesis. That is the interdependence between plants and animals. Okay, plants give us food and we give them carbon dioxide. Okay, so that's all for this chapter. Thank you.